Hello, welcome to Local Edition. I'm Leslie Leyton. It's a bird, it's a plane. No, it is a drone. Maybe you have seen one flying overhead. They take fantastic photos, but what is the next step in drones? The state recently regulated them, and now our next guest, Bernardino's Supervisor Curt Hagman, is talking about educating people about operating and other things about drones. Welcome.
Great to be here, Leslie. Thank you.
So you're proposing some sort of education for drone operation?
Well, San Bernardino County being the largest county in the United States, obviously there's a lot of assets and space to go. And we also have 5 county airports. And we have several higher education institutions, Chaffee, San Bernardino College, for example, and they both have aviation programs. So what I'm proposing to them, and this has been going on for years in the background for regulations to this point, where the state, when I was in the legislature, we took on the privacy issues of drones. How do we regulate what people take with these drones and distributed the information? And the federal government's been regulating the safety portion of that. Where are they going to fly? Who's going to be able to fly them? Those type of things. All these things are now coming due, and the rest of the world's been using drones for years in civilian capacity. Instead of crop dusting, they have drones that spray the different crops. You know, they have, instead of helicopters surveying utility lines in the middle of nowhere, they have these drones that follow the utility lines. A whole bunch of commercial applications that ultimately we passed on, hopefully, to the consumer as far as savings in the way you do things. But there's no people to fly them.
Okay,
and just
so briefly explain what the regulations are concerning drones so that we can further understand the possibilities of this education thing.
Sure. Well, the regulations are...
Because it seems like it would clash, like the interests and then also the public airspace in the airports.
No, absolutely. And so what they have, they divided different levels of the airspace. Just like commercial airlines fly at certain levels, you have certain paths around airports. Same thing with drones. They're under 5,000 feet elevation. Public safety wants them to, survey a fire, to put up something there for tactical purposes, or instead of having a helicopter survey the stolen car, you can have a drone follow them, but it's under certain airspace. That's how you don't collide. And what people don't know is we have air corridors. So if you're going, northbound, you're at certain height, southbound, you're at a certain height. All those things have been working out by the federal government, and most of the drones are computer operated except for the steering, so you could program that stuff in there.
Okay, describe the type of education programs you're thinking might work here.
Sure, absolutely. So you need pilots, you need mechanics, just like you do in real aircraft. You need to have these folks learn how to do it. Just like the military is switching from aviators to drone pilots, the civilian force, we look for that. So we're hoping to get either Chaffee or San Bernardino College to add that class to possibility and have that be one of the bright spots for Inland Empire, to be the epicenter of the new technology for the future in the United States.
Yeah, it seems like there'd be a lot of jobs out there for this in the future. There's going to be an Academy Awards of sorts for the photography taken from these drones because it's magnificent, it's beautiful, but it also seems like there's a clash between commercial interests and private interests. Can I go up there and fly my thing around?
Absolutely, and I think the government's going to have to keep adjusting the rules and legislation and laws to adjust to technology as it comes forward. We can't just say no to technology is going to be there, but we can adjust the privacy issues. We can't adjust where they can fly. We have to make sure us as the lawmakers can make sure we have the handle on that, and as we see people breaking those rules, to change those rules.
Are these pilots going to have to be licensed?
They're going to have to be licensed. They're going to have to be trained.
Even you and me, if we were
I mean, you could fly the one from Toys R Us in your backyard.
Up to a certain elevation.
Yeah, but they don't go much higher. They aren't really for commercial purposes. We're talking about commercial applications.
Where does this stand right now as far as who you're talking to, where these classes would be? At the local community college?
Yeah, community college, Chaffee Community College, and Cal State San Bernardino. We're talking to both the deans of the aviation program, and we see this national shift from pilots in the military going to drone pilots as well. So we're going to see this in the commercial side.
Well, job training that applies to a real job, why not, I suppose. Okay, thank you very much, Curt Hagman, for being here, and glad you could join us too. I'm Leslie Leyton.